Good afternoon, America, and welcome to Jerry's Garage Talk. That's right, you lucky viewers. You got me. That's right. Who am I? I am Jerry Boothe, and I am the host of the show. But sitting alongside me, as always, my partner in crime, Lil Nicky. How you doing, man?
Buddy, it's great being back on the air with you, talking about cars on Jerry's Garage Talk.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about Jerry's Garage Talk. Basically what it is a bunch of guys sitting around a garage talking about what guys talk about. Cars, motorcycles, snowmobiles. Even now and again, we'll joke about our wives and maybe even throw in a barbecue recipe. But I tell you what, on today's show, you're not going to want to miss it. Nicky, tell these viewers who we got on the show today.
We have legendary graphic artist Kenny Youngblood is going to be doing a segment with us today.
And we also are going to be talking to our sports reporter, our motorsports reporter, Trackside Tina. And also we're going to be talking to...
We're going to be talking to a professional race crew in drag racing. We're going to be talking to the crew from TJ Zizzo's race team.
And we're going to actually be talking to TJ Zizzo himself. That's right. He's an NHRA top fuel driver, and we're going to be unveiling the new look of his car. So don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss it. You're watching Jerry's Garage Talk.
At the Indy 500, drivers put complete trust in their cars. But when you're out on the road trying to make it to work, are you sure you can trust your motor oil?
Put your trust in Peak Performance Motor Oil. Formulated to protect against thermal breakdown, Peak is the only motor oil tough enough to be the official oil of the Indianapolis 500.
Whether you cover 500 miles in a few hours or it takes hours to get to work, you can count on Peak. When you peak, you win.
All right, and we're back. Jerry's Garage Talk. Hey, you know what? We went into TJ's garage. We saw the new rail, and we got the guy behind it. We got him on a phone with us right now. This guy's client list is a who's who of motorsports. This guy is phenomenal, and we're going to find out how this all came about. Blood, are you there, my friend?
We're here, Jerry. We're here, and Nick. Great to be on with you.
Oh, man, I tell you what, it's great to talk to you. Again, if you don't know who we're talking to, we're talking about Kenny Youngblood. He is the artist that's done a lot of the old nostalgia, funny cars, top fuel cars, and now you're back in the game again. We saw that you did TJ's car. It hasn't been done, what, since late 70s or 80s? Is that correct?
Oh, no, we do some cars every once in a while. I'd have to sit down and think about it. The thing is, since the advent of the computer, that it put a lot of old-school graphic artists probably out of a job because anybody that can run that Photoshop or whatever and has got an eye for art can do graphic designs now. Back in the old days when everything was done by hand. But we still do once in a while. And of course, I'm mostly interested in, more interested in the nostalgia, funny cars. I really get a kick. That's closest to home for me. And we've done quite a few of the nostalgia cars the last few years.
Well, I tell you what, yeah, again, Kenny, you're known for some of the great cars as the Mad Max, and what are some of the other ones, Nick?
Well, he's done the Blue Max. He's done a couple Ravel cars, Don Schumacher, the Snake Prudhomme, many, many more. Too many. We don't have enough time to actually list all the great cars that he's done.
I'm glad you got them wrote down there because I don't remember.
Well, we know an old guy like you, the memory's got to be going. Somebody said, I think it was your wife that said that.
It's going fast. It might go before this.
Yeah, I think your wife said it's the second thing to go with you. I don't remember the first one, but... Anyways, Kenny, we feel very fortunate enough that you were able to do our Jerry's Garage Talk logo. Our old logo was a microphone on wheels, and then Blood kind of put a little juice to it. And as you can see right here behind us, that's our logo that you put, looks like a microphone on steroids, so to speak.
Yeah, well, I got a little inspiration certainly from Trackside Tina. She was pumping me up to do that, and I'd do anything for Tina, so we got it hopped up there a little bit. But I tell you what, I couldn't be more excited and honored about working with TJ and Tony Zizzo on this car. You know, it certainly was in the back of my mind a dream to be honored to have a commemorative edition car, but I didn't think that would ever happen. And last year, I just met TJ, and he came up with the idea, And not only that, but 2011 here marks my 45th year in drag racing. I started racing in 1966 and get involved as an artist. And so it's a combination of my 45th anniversary and doing this with TJ. And we're kicking off our, I call it my Blood Did It 45th Anniversary World Tour, because in addition to doing this with TJ, we've got quite a few events lined up this year, and we're going to be going to Europe, to Santa Pod in May over there. So I'm just having a heck of a good year.
If you're just tuning in, we're talking to legendary artists. I'm calling you an artist, man. That's how you, Kenny Youngblood, better known as Blood. He's done a ton of cars. You're known in the motorsports world, and right now you just redid TJ's car, and it's unbelievable. So you guys were just talking, and then what happened? Was it his idea to say, "Hey, Blood, can I get you to do my car?" And you're like, "Yeah, I don't care," something like that.
Yeah, exactly. We just, he's such a nice guy, super friendly. You listeners out there, if you're at an NHRA event, TJ's there, be sure and go over and introduce yourself. He's just a swell guy and so friendly. And so we just get to talking, and yeah, he just came out and he says, "Hey, you know what I'd like to do is a Blood Did It paint scheme on the car, a commemorative deal." So it was all his idea, and I just about fell over and really excited and working with him. And then, of course, Brian Bollender and the people from Peak Performance, his major sponsor, are equally a great bunch of people to work with. And,
they're good guys over there. They really are.
So, yeah. And, of course, I've worked with a lot of corporate entities, and some of them are a little more, usually they're a little, they're friendly, but pretty corporate, But you run across guys like Brian and Josh Russell with Ray Bestos, his friend. They're really kick-back guys, hot rodders to the core, and so that just makes it all the more fun to work with.
Hey, can I ask you a little bit about the ZZ Top logo?
Sure. In fact, this afternoon I was watching Switch Around TV, and they were showing some footage of ZZ doing a concert in Texas. So, but I was let's see, years ago when they were coming out with the Eliminator album, and frankly, I had heard of them, but I wasn't really familiar. I thought they were a country western group, actually. But the guy that built the car, the 34 Eliminator coupe car, Don Phelan, Buffalo Motor Cars, he called me and said, "Kenny, we're doing this car, and we need a graphic design on the side." So I said, "Sure." And I sat down. I remember doing a whole bunch. I probably did 15 or 20 different concepts, and I took them over to Don's there, and he pinned them up on the wall. And as Billy tells the story, which I forgot, that Billy came out and looked at them, and I hadn't actually met him yet, but he called me up, and he said, "Yeah, I like this one here." And he says, "But with the interlocking Z's," but he says, "The problem is, on one side of the car, the Z's are going the right way, and on the other side of the car, the Z's are backwards." And I said, "Well, if you're driving down the street, you can look in the windows of the store windows, and it'll be going the right way."
There you go. Absolutely. One more thing. I know.
I'd forgotten about that, but he put it in his biography that he wrote a couple years ago.
I'll be darned. So you're the guy that did the ZZ Top logo for people that didn't know. One more thing. I know you're super busy. The new buzz is what you've done on the Tony Schumacher car, and it looks like a picture. And you're selling those, correct? Your drawings of the Schumacher car.
I didn't do anything on the actual car, but we did a painting. Don Schumacher commissioned me to do a portrait of the car to hang there in their shop in Brownsburg, Indiana. And I was real excited about doing it, and it's kind of the culmination of my years of painting. You learn something every time you do one, and I just really wanted to knock it out of the ballpark for Don and Tony if I could, and I was real pleased. I scared myself, Jerry. It came out really good.
Scared the hell out of me,
too.
We
have those available as a poster on my website.
No, that's right. Now, if somebody wants to buy that poster, Kenny, how would they get a hold of you?
Well, we have a website. It's youngbloodart.com. Pretty easy, youngbloodart.com, and they're available there. We actually have a 2-for-1 offer. I think it's $39.95 for 2 of them.
That's pretty good. And you know what? We're expecting our free one in the mail here any day now, so we'll have it up on our website too, Kenny.
Yeah, just paint it up like TJ's car.
I have your address.
Oh, don't worry. We'll take care of that.
Now you've actually done a lot of great artwork. I think one of my favorites that I've seen up to this date is you did a Top Fuel taking off like a rocket. That to this day, that painting amazes me.
Well, Nick, it really amazed me too, and I know that the good Lord guides my hand on everything that I do, but that particular piece, he really made it clear to me that was his idea, because I didn't know what to do when I was to commemorate Kenny Bernstein breaking 300, and I really didn't have an idea, but when I was given that concept, I knew it was the greatest one that I'd ever have. And speaking of that piece, that's what's going up the nose of TJ Zizzo's car, so it's a perfect fitting place for it. Of that rocket dragster shooting right up the nose of his car. So if the fans are able to see the car at the track, they can look for the Beyond 300 car right up the gallery.
Blood, are you going to be out at Pomona when they unveil that car?
We are. We're
okay.
I'll be over there Wednesday night, and I believe the unveiling is going to be there Thursday morning, and announcing what we'll be doing, and it's just like. I'm going to have to pinch myself. This is too good to be true.
Very cool. Now, Blood, are you going to be in Chicago during Joliet this year so we can get together again?
We're working on it with
All right.
Brian and Peak.
All right.
Certainly, tentatively, something we want to do right now has been firmed up, but I'm doing quite a few events this year with Toyota at NHRA races.
Very cool.
Just a couple of them overlap with TJ's schedule. I think Indy and Vegas out here. But I'm going to get back to that Chicago race one way or the other, because I want to come back and harass you guys in person.
Absolutely.
He's there in TJ's hometown of that car.
You better believe. Hey, Blood, we really appreciate your time today. I know you're really busy. Hey, do you mind throughout the year that if we bug you now and again and see what you're up to, my friend?
I tell you what, it makes my day. I'm a ham, so I love it.
Oh, we know.
If you call regularly, I'll give you some updates.
All right, sounds good. Blood, we appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you soon, and knock 'em dead out in Pomona, my friend.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you there.
All right, sounds good.
Kenny Youngblood, legendary graphic artist.
I tell you what, make sure you stay tuned through Jerry's Garage Talk. We'll be talking to Blood throughout the season. I tell you what, a super guy. And we got to take a quick break. We'll be back with more Jerry's Garage Talk.